Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy come back with a video. Tonight I'm going to do a star-laden video. It's going to have some pre-war fire on here. Just a little warning here, because this is what it was touted as a star-laden event. Last video I showed an Addie Joss card I recently picked up. This one right here, T206. Addie Joss. I've been wanting to have a card on my PC forever, and I'm glad to own one right now. But I want to talk about Addie Joss a little bit and a little more about the something else attributed to Addie Joss. Of course, we all know him as a Hall of Famer. Probably telling things you already know. He died early in his age, like age 30, 31, meningitis. He played 9 years in the major leagues. He's the only player in the Baseball Hall of Fame that did not play the required 10 years of league play to be enshrined, and because he was so popular and so dominant, the Veterans Committee waived that decades later and inducted him into the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to go into too much details. A couple of crazy stats that came by. First of all, he's second all-time in career ERA behind Ed Walsh, and he's the all-time leader in the lowest WHIP, which is walks, hits per innings pitch. If you're a fantasy baseball doer, you know exactly what WHIP is, because that's one of the main pitching categories in fantasy baseball. And he has the lowest WHIP of all time. He has a career wins of 160. Astonishing enough, of the 160 career wins, 45 by shutouts. I saw that and look at that, like, whoa. He started like 286 games and 235 complete games. Boy, times have changed. So that is the career of Addie Joss. But we also know that when he passed away, there was a tribute game to raise funds for his family. But we don't know too much about the tribute game. It's never really talked about. We know about it from the Ken Burns documentary. I'm assuming everybody here has watched it, and we just kind of flips with it. Yeah, it's kind of the unofficial first All-Star game. But I'm going to talk to you more about that game itself, some facts and about it, and players involved and things of that nature, because it's never been talked about. So something I learned, so I'll let you learn about it too. Mr. Joss passed away in April of 1911, and the Cleveland ownership, they wanted to send like five or six Cleveland ball team Indians at the time, or Naps at the time, to be honest, Cleveland ball players to the funeral, but they had a players meeting in Cleveland. Says no, we all wanted to attend the funeral. So they, if they weren't allowed to, they were willing to strike. But Ban John says, go ahead, we'll go down, all your players go down there and go to the funeral. They just got done playing a series with the Detroit Tigers, and several Detroit Tigers also went to Addie Joss's funeral. Because of scheduling and little weather delays, the Addie Joss tribute game did not happen until like 3 months later. And it was a brainchild of the Cleveland ownership, and they wanted to be the best talent baseball has ever seen in one field, and have a tribute to Addie Joss to raise funds for the Joss family, wife, and his kids. So he started talking around, get people, and Ty Cobb was actually the first really one to volunteer and says, yes, I'm definitely there. And Walter Johnson was also one of the first ones to say, yes, I'm going to be there. Big Ed Walsh was one of his early commitments, but unfortunately, because Chicago schedule problems, the White Sox were the only team not represented in this All-Star game. But Walsh did send a donation for the Joss family, so he did kind of follow through in a bit. But came about, and there were actually, I read that there was 15,000 people in the stands watching the game. I'm going to tell you the starting lineup. I have cards of two of the Cleveland Indians. Actually, yeah, two of the Cleveland Indians plus one. I have a playing days card plus one relic card. And I have the starting lineup in the American League. I have cards of 6 of the 9 playing days plus a relic, and 2 guys in the starting lineup I do not have. So I'm going to kind of go through the players there. Over 15,000, like I said, 15,000 people are in stands. There are many people just wanted to be there, didn't really care about the game itself. The American League All-Stars beat the Cleveland team 5-3, and I think over 13,000, roughly around $13,000 VIN money. I don't know what it prorates to now after inflation and all that, how much it costs, but $13,000 was raised for it. Ty Cobb was one of the highest donators. So people say Ty Cobb was a terrible person. Definitely not in this case. Ty Cobb very much well represented in this. But as for the Cleveland lineup, it was started off with starting pitcher with Cy Young. I do not have a card of Cy Young. There were, and we're just going to show first Ed Walsh card because he was kind of early committed. This is my Ed Walsh card, even though he did not play, could not make it. I'm just going to represent the Chicago White Sox. Ed Walsh in my video here. And the Cleveland Indians started 2 Hall of Famers, Cy Young, and of course Nat Lajoie. The Cleveland also had in the starting lineup Jack Graney. He's claimed to fame as he was a Ford Frick winner a couple years ago, and I believe he's the first former ball player to become a broadcaster in sports history. And ironically, his rookie year, starting in left field for the Cleveland Ball Club, was Joe Jackson. So I have my bat card of him. As for the AL team, I don't have cards of the starting lineup. I do not have cards of the first baseman, Hal Chase. And the starting pitcher was Smokey Joe Wood. Walter Johnson came in to pitch that game too, and was finished off by Russ Ford of the New York Highlanders. So I'm just going to give this my rest of the starting lineup. Second baseman, just got to find my little row here. They are. Second baseman was Eddie Collins. Shortstop, Bobby Wallace. Third base, Home Run Baker. And starting the outfield was Sam Crawford. Tris Speaker. And I don't have a playing days card, but my Ty Cobb bat card. The starting catcher was Gabby Street. And like I said, the starting pitcher was Smokey Joe Wood. So the starting lineup of the American League team had 6 Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers in it, while the Cleveland team had 2. So it was a star-studded lineup. These were the starters. There were a few backups who played. Outfielder Clyde Milan did play, and a backup catcher from Philadelphia A's. I cannot remember his name. Somebody I'm familiar with. No big, huge name. And part of the other player who was there was Germany Schaefer, Washington, Detroit ball club. I think he was Washington at the time. He was known to be a kind of the clown, the prankster, the entertainer in baseball that year. So he didn't actually play, but he was there. He was given starting lineups and a megaphone, and he was kind of given play-by-play or during the game and stuff, doing some play-by-plays, announcements during the game. So Germany Schaefer was kind of the entertainment during the game too, because that's what he's good at. But that's the Addie Joss tribute game. Who played in it, and a little more about it, because I don't think we as baseball fans really know too much more about it. That he passed away, there was a tribute game, and then kind of the history kind of moved on. So I thought I'd shed a little light on who was there and everything about it. Hope you learned a little something, and hope you enjoyed the video.